Welcome, beloved soul. I want you to breathe for a moment. Settle your heart. Allow the noise of the day, the weight of your burdens, and the ache of unanswered questions to grow still. For in this moment, you are not here by accident. God Himself has guided your steps to this very message, and He wants you to hear this truth. There is someone set apart, chosen by God, just for you. This is not wishful thinking. It is not a story created by your longing heart. It is not a dream whispered by your imagination. It is a holy reality. It is part of God's plan, written before you took your first breath. This person exists, and they are being prepared, even now, to walk life's journey with you. Let your soul rest in this. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to strive. You do not have to fear being overlooked, for God has already chosen them, and He has already chosen you. When God sets someone apart, it means He has placed a mark upon them, a divine seal, an unseen light, and the person set apart for you is carrying within them qualities that no one else could carry in the same way. They are designed to complement your soul, not just to bring you happiness in fleeting moments, but to help you walk faithfully in God's calling. This is why the wait has felt long. This is why the path has sometimes felt lonely, because what God sets apart cannot be rushed. It must be prepared. And you, beloved one, are also being prepared. Think of a garden. Before a seed can rise and bear fruit, the soil must first be broken. It must be softened. It must be made ready. And just as the soil is prepared, so too is your heart being made ready for the one God has chosen. The struggles you've walked through were not wasted. The tears you have cried have not been unseen. The quiet nights where you wondered if love would ever reach you, those prayers rose to heaven like incense, and the Father has gathered every one of them. He has not ignored you. He has not abandoned you. Instead, He has been writing a story so much greater than you could imagine. You see, this person was not meant to be just another companion. They were set apart by God just for you. Their presence will carry peace. Their words will carry life. Their love will feel different, not because it is flawless, but because it is rooted in God's eternal plan. When you are near them, you will feel the echo of home. Not the home of a house built with wood and stone, but the home your soul has longed for since the beginning. This is why God has been shaping your heart. This is why He has been whispering, wait, trust, do not settle, because He knows the value of what He is bringing to you. And when it comes, it will not feel forced. It will feel like divine alignment, like two rivers finally merging into one. Beloved, hear me. The enemy has tried to convince you that you've been forgotten, that love was not meant for you, that your story will end in disappointment. But the truth is this: you were always seen, you were always known, you were always chosen, and the one set apart for you was also chosen. Two paths, guided by the hand of the Almighty, are being woven together even now. Perhaps you do not see them yet. Perhaps their name is still hidden from your hearing. But heaven already knows who they are. And heaven is not confused. It is not late. It is not wavering. God is steady. And when His time arrives, it will be perfect. Even the waiting is holy. For in this waiting, God is protecting you. He is keeping you from heartbreaks that would have pulled you away from His plan. He is shielding you from connections that look good on the surface but carry poison beneath. He is training your heart to recognize what is real. Because when the real comes, He does not want you to miss it. This person will not only love you, they will point you back to God when you forget your strength. They will remind you who you are when the world tries to tell you otherwise. They will pray with you when battles rise. They will celebrate with you when victories come, and they will stay, because they are not here by accident. They were sent. They were set apart. They are marked for you. So rest tonight in this promise. You do not have to fight for what is already yours in God. You do not have to be anxious about missing your blessing. 4. God is faithful to complete what He has begun. And if He has spoken over your life that this love will come, then it will. Not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine design. Now, beloved, before I continue deeper, I want to pause here and gently invite you. If these words are speaking to your soul, if you feel the Holy Spirit stirring peace within you, I ask you to join this journey. Subscribe to this channel for more gentle spiritual guidance. Leave a comment below with your reflections or your prayer requests, so we may stand together in faith. And if you know someone whose heart is weary, share this message with them, so they too may be reminded of God's tender love. If this message has blessed you and you feel led, you may also support this channel with a super thanks. It helps us continue creating and sharing these sacred words, so more souls can find comfort and direction in God. I say this with gratitude and humility, knowing every act of support is part of God's hand reaching further. Now let us go deeper. Beloved, the reason God sets someone apart is not only because they are good for you, but because they are part of His kingdom purpose. Marriage, in God's eyes, is never just about two people. It is about two lives merging into one holy flame that carries light into the world. It is about reflecting His love, His faithfulness, His patience, and His truth. This is why the person chosen for you will fit not just your desires, but your destiny. They will align not only with your heart, but with your calling. They will not pull you away from God's path. They will walk beside you step for step as you both seek His face. This is why some relationships of your past had to end. Not because you were unworthy, not because you were unlovable, but because they were never meant to carry the holy weight of your destiny. They could not walk the road God has set for you. And so He closed those doors, even when it hurt, even when you didn't understand, because He knew. He saw further than you could see, and He knew that something greater was waiting, something eternal. Beloved, do not despise the waiting, for every season has its appointed time, and, just as surely as the morning follows the night, your appointed time will arrive. The one set apart for you will not pass you by, for what God joins together, no force can tear apart. Now I want to speak to your heart with this assurance. You will recognize them not only by what they say, but by the peace they carry. You will feel the gentleness of God flowing through their presence. They may not be perfect, but they will be yours in a way no one else could be, and in your union, God will be glorified. Beloved, your story is not ending in loneliness. It is moving toward a divine meeting, and heaven is already rejoicing over what is to come. So walk with patience, walk with faith, and keep your eyes fixed on the one who writes the story. For the author is faithful, and his promises do not fail. Beloved soul, welcome again. Let your spirit breathe freely here. This space is for you, a quiet place where God's voice is tender, where His presence is near, and where His truth finds your heart with gentleness. You are here because God has something more to reveal to you, and it is this. The one set apart for you is not simply a blessing. They are part of your assignment. They are chosen, not just to bring you joy, but to help you walk in the fullness of who God created you to be. You see, love in God's design is never shallow. It is not built only on attraction, or shared interests, or fleeting emotions. It is built on something eternal. And when God sets someone apart for you, He does so because your souls are written to harmonize with each other. There are places within you that they are called to reach. There are wounds within you that they will help tend. There are dreams within you that they will help awaken. And you, beloved one, will do the same for them. That is why the wait has been necessary. God has been shaping both of you, carving away what does not belong, refining character, building endurance, planting wisdom. Because a love like this cannot be shallow. It must be strong enough to carry the weight of eternity. Think of the way God prepares vessels of gold. They are not made quickly. They pass through fire. They are refined again and again until every impurity is drawn out. And then, when the time is right, they shine with a beauty that cannot fade. So it is with you. So it is with the one God has chosen for you. When you finally meet, you will recognize the work of God in them. Not because they will be flawless, but because their imperfections will carry grace. Their journey will reflect God's fingerprints, and together your stories will intertwine in a way that makes sense of everything that once confused you. Beloved, let me remind you of something sacred. God has not only prepared someone for you, He has been preparing you for them. Every heartbreak you have endured, every disappointment you have carried, every delay that made you question His timing, it was not wasted. It was shaping you into the one who could carry the blessing when it arrived. Perhaps you once asked, why did they leave? Why did it not work out? The answer is not because you were unworthy. It is because what was not chosen for you could never stay. God does not allow counterfeits to hold you when He has something real set apart for you. The wrong doors closed so that the right one could open. The wrong hands let go so that the chosen one's hand could one day hold yours. Do you see how tender God has been, even when it hurt? Even when you thought He was silent, He was protecting your future. He was shielding your heart from paths that would have led to sorrow. He was keeping you for something greater. And beloved, that greater is still on its way. Now I want you to hear this clearly. When God sets someone apart, it is not only for romance, it is for ministry. Not always in the pulpit, not always in public spaces, but always in the daily rhythms of life. Your love together will become a ministry of grace. When the world sees the way you honor one another, the way you forgive one another, the way you hold on to each other in storms, they will see God. And in seeing God, they will be reminded that His love is real. This is why the enemy has tried so hard to discourage you. This is why the loneliness has felt heavy, because he knows what is coming. He knows that when you and the one set apart for you unite, something powerful will be released into the world, a light that cannot be dimmed, a witness that cannot be silenced, a love that cannot be broken. Beloved, I know there are nights when the waiting feels unbearable, nights when you question if you are even worthy of being chosen. But let me speak life over you right now. You are worthy because God Himself has called you worthy. You are loved because He first loved you, and you are chosen because His plan for you cannot fail. Your worth is not measured by the absence of love today. It is measured by the eternal love that has always been yours in Christ, and from that love flows every blessing, including the one who has been set apart for you. So rest, dear soul. You do not need to chase. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need to fear being overlooked. What is set apart cannot be stolen. What is chosen cannot be lost. When the right time comes, no force in heaven or on earth can stop what God has ordained. Now let me gently pause here to invite you once more. If these words are helping you find peace, if they are reminding you of God's promises, I welcome you to subscribe for more messages like this. Leave a comment below with your reflections or even with your prayer requests, because your journey matters and it is holy to share it. And if there is someone in your life who needs this reminder that God has not forgotten them, please share this video with them. And if you feel led in your heart, you may also support this channel with a super thanks. Every gift allows us to continue pouring out these messages, reaching souls who might otherwise never hear them. It is not just support, it is partnership in spreading light. I say this with humility and gratitude. Now let us continue. Beloved, when God sets someone apart for you, He does not just align your present, He aligns your future. Think about it. The one chosen for you will not only be there for today's joys and struggles, they will also be there for tomorrow's calling. They will be by your side in seasons you have not yet walked through. And because they are chosen, they will be equipped to love you through those seasons. This is why you cannot compare your story to others. Some may seem to find love quickly, easily. But what God is doing in your life is unique. It is not rushed. It is not ordinary. It is set apart. And the beauty of something set apart is that it carries eternal weight. When you look back one day, you will see that every delay had purpose. Every not yet was God's way of saying, I am preparing something better. Every tear was watering the soil of a love that would one day bloom in fullness. You will look back and realize you were never waiting in vain. Beloved, do not fear the silence. In the silence, God is moving. In the stillness, He is writing, and in the hidden places, He is preparing the one who will walk beside you. Even now, that person may be praying for you. Even now, they may be walking through their own refining process, not knowing your name yet, but being shaped for your heart. And when the day comes, the pieces will fit. It will not be perfect, but it will be holy. Because holiness is not perfection, it is purpose. And your love will carry God's purpose in every step. So take courage. Do not let the weight of loneliness crush your faith. Instead, let it push you closer to the one who holds your story. Your future is already secure in His hands, and the one set apart for you is already written into that future. Beloved, listen closely. This is not the end of your story. This is only the waiting before the unfolding. And when it unfolds, it will be more beautiful than you imagined. Because God Himself is the author, and He does not fail. Beloved soul, welcome once again. You have walked with me through these words, step by step, and now we arrive here, where the message comes together, in its fullness. I want you to rest in this moment. Lay aside your fears. Let your heart be open, soft, willing to receive. Because what you are about to hear is not simply a message, it is a reminder from heaven itself. The person set apart for you is not just someone you will love, they are someone you will serve God alongside, and that, beloved one, is what makes this love so sacred. It is not ordinary, it is not temporary, it is not a fleeting spark that burns out with time. It is a flame that God Himself has ignited. It is a union designed not only to satisfy the longing of your heart, but to glorify the one who created your heart. You see, the greatest truth about love is this. When it is rooted in God, it becomes eternal. Even here on earth, even through the frailty of human life, its roots stretch into heaven. That is why the love you are waiting for feels so different. That is why your soul aches for something more than the shallow connections this world offers. Because you were not created for shallow love. You were created for holy love, and holy love always comes through God's hand. Beloved, let me tell you this, when you meet the one set apart for you, you will feel God's peace rest on the union. There will not be constant striving, constant questioning, constant insecurity. Yes, there may be challenges, because every love is tested, but the foundation will be sure. Your hearts will rest in each other, because both of your hearts rest in Him. This is the secret of set-apart love. It does not begin with you. It does not begin with them. It begins with God. And because it begins with God, it cannot be broken by man. It cannot be undone by fear. It cannot be shaken by storms. The person set apart for you was not chosen at random. They were written into your story before you even knew to pray for them. Their steps were ordered. Their heart was being molded. And all the while, God was weaving your paths together, though you could not see it yet. Think of how the stars align in the night sky. From the ground, it looks like chaos. But when you step back, you see the constellations, forming patterns of beauty you could not see up close. So it is with your love story. Up close, it may feel confusing, uncertain, delayed. But when the full picture is revealed, you will see that every step had purpose. Every moment was part of a larger design. Beloved, you have been set apart too. Do not miss this. It is not only that someone was chosen for you, it is that you were chosen for them. You are not a background character in this story. You are a vital part of it. Your life, your faith, your endurance, your prayers, they have been preparing you for the moment when your paths will finally meet. You are an answer to someone's prayer, even as they are an answer to yours. And when the two of you stand together, heaven will rejoice because another piece of God's kingdom plan will have fallen beautifully into place. Beloved, perhaps right now you are weary. Perhaps you are tired of waiting. Perhaps you wonder if you have been overlooked. But hear me. God does not overlook what He has chosen, and He has chosen you. The one set apart for you is not missing. They are not lost. They are being led, step by step, into alignment with your life. And in the meantime, God is asking you to trust His timing, to trust His wisdom, to trust His love. For when the day comes, and it will come, you will see that the wait was not a punishment. It was preparation. Preparation for a love that would last. Preparation for a union that would carry God's purpose. Preparation for a story that would inspire not just you, but those who witness it. This is why heaven rejoices even before you meet. Because heaven already knows what is coming. Heaven already celebrates the goodness of God written into your future. And heaven already sees the beauty of two lives set apart, finally becoming one. Now, beloved one, let me pause here with gentleness in my heart. If these words have touched you, if they have reminded you of God's faithful love, I invite you to walk with me further. Subscribe for more peaceful messages that lift your soul and draw you closer to Him. Leave a comment below with your reflections or with your prayer requests. I read them with care and I hold them in my heart as we walk this journey together. Share this message with someone who needs to remember that God has not forgotten them, that love is still part of His plan. And if this message has blessed you deeply, I humbly invite you to support this channel with a super thanks. Every offering helps us keep producing words of peace so more souls can find rest in God's truth. It is never taken lightly. It is part of a holy partnership to spread His light. I thank you with gratitude. Now let us finish this together. Beloved, the truth is simple, yet it carries eternity within it. This person was set apart by God just for you, not because you are incomplete without them, for you are already whole in Christ, but because God delights in giving good gifts to His children. And one of His gifts to you is the one whose soul will walk beside yours. Together you will not only love, but you will serve. Together you will not only dream, but you will build. Together you will not only endure, but you will overcome, because the love that is set apart is a love that stands. So walk forward with peace. Do not fear the silence. Do not rush the waiting. Do not doubt the promise. For God is faithful, and the story He is writing for you is one of beauty, one of strength, one of sacred love. When the day comes, you will see with your own eyes that it was worth every moment. And when it comes, you will know. This was never an accident. This was never random. This was always God, and the one before you, the one who loves you, the one who prays with you, the one who stays, is the one who was set apart by Him, just for you. Beloved soul, rest now in this truth. Carry it with you. Hold it close when the night feels long. Whisper it to your heart when doubt tries to creep in, and know that heaven is already celebrating what is to come. You are chosen, you are loved, and you are not forgotten. The one set apart for you is on their way, and soon, in God's perfect time, your paths will meet. Until then, walk in peace, walk in trust, and walk in the steady love of the one who has written your story from the very beginning. Beloved soul, welcome once again. You have walked patiently through this message, and now we move even deeper into the hidden meaning of why God sets apart someone for you. It is not only about your happiness, it is not only about your comfort, it is about His glory. Everything God does carries eternity within it. And when He sets apart a person for you, He is weaving His eternal purpose into your life. Pause here for a moment. Breathe this truth in. Let your spirit receive it. The person chosen for you is not just a companion. They are a living testimony of God's faithfulness. When they arrive, their presence will remind you of every prayer you once prayed in tears. Their love will echo every promise you once doubted would come true. Their hand in yours will whisper, God did not forget you. And this, beloved, is why the waiting has been sacred. Because God does not give ordinary gifts to His beloved children. He gives what is eternal. He gives what is holy. And what is holy must be prepared with care. Beloved, I want you to think of the way a bride is prepared for her wedding. She does not rush into it. She is adorned with beauty. She is clothed in purity. She carries herself with dignity. So too is God preparing you. So too is God preparing the one chosen for you. He is clothing them with patience. He is adorning them with wisdom. He is shaping them with faith. And in the hidden quiet places of their life, He is whispering your name, even if they do not yet know it. Yes, beloved, I say this with tenderness. There may be moments when they pray for you without knowing who you are. Moments when they ask God for strength, for guidance, for clarity, without realizing that their prayers are already tied to your life, for your journeys are intertwined even before you meet. This is the mystery of divine alignment. It is like two rivers flowing through separate lands, unseen by each other. Yet one day, by the hand of God, those rivers will merge, and when they do, the flow becomes stronger, the sound becomes fuller, the life within the water becomes richer. That is what your love will be. Not two scattered streams, but one river carrying purpose into eternity. Beloved, you have felt the ache of loneliness. You have carried the weight of silence, and I know you have asked, Lord, when will it be my turn? Hear me gently. It will be your turn. For the author of your life has not written delay without reason. He has not written silence without purpose. He has not written waiting without reward. The person set apart for you is worth the wait. Not because they are perfect, but because they are chosen, and chosen love is always worth waiting for. Now, let me speak truth into your doubt. You may fear missing them. You may fear that you will not recognize them when they appear. But God is faithful. He is not cruel. He will not hide what is meant for you. When the day comes, He will open your eyes. He will align your hearts. He will whisper, this is the one. And though you may feel nervous, you will also feel peace. Peace that calms your racing heart. Peace that silences your fear. Peace that feels like home. That is how you will know. Beloved, the beauty of set-apart love is not only in its arrival, it is in the journey, the way your faith is strengthened in the waiting, the way your prayers grow deeper as you long for what is unseen, the way your trust in God matures as you surrender your timeline to His. Do you see it? This love is not only about your joy, it is about your transformation. The waiting has been shaping you into someone who can carry holy love without fear. Someone who can nurture without control. Someone who can love without condition. Someone who can stay because you have learned what it means to endure. This is why you cannot despise the waiting, because the waiting is not empty. It is sacred. It is holy ground. It is preparation for glory. And when the person set apart for you arrives, you will not only be ready to receive them, you will be ready to love them the way God intended. Beloved, before I continue, let me pause here gently to invite you once more. If these words are touching your heart, if they are giving you peace in the waiting, I encourage you to subscribe for more of these messages of hope and stillness. Leave a comment with your reflections or with your prayer requests, because your voice matters here and your journey is holy. Share this message with someone who may be discouraged, someone who needs to be reminded that God's timing is never late. And if this message has been a blessing to you, I humbly invite you to support this channel with a super thanks. Your kindness helps us keep spreading these sacred words so that weary hearts all over the world may find comfort and truth. It is not just support. It is a seed that allows light to travel further. Thank you, beloved soul, for walking with me in this. Now let us continue deeper. The person set apart for you is not only a gift, they are a mirror. Through them, you will see yourself more clearly. Through them, you will learn to forgive more freely. Through them, you will taste the depth of God's love in a new way. Because when love is holy, it does not only bless the surface, it transforms the soul. This is why the one chosen for you will not be intimidated by your scars. They will honor them. They will not walk away from your wounds. They will tend to them. They will not be frightened by your past. They will walk into your future with you, hand in hand. For they were not sent to judge you. They were sent to walk beside you. Beloved, imagine for a moment what it will feel like when you finally meet them. The peace in your heart, the recognition in your spirit, the quiet knowing that this is not chance, this is God. And when that day comes, all the tears, all the waiting, the silence will suddenly make sense. You will look back and say, now I see why I had to wait. Now I see why God asked me to trust Him. It was for this. Beloved, hold on to this truth. Your story is not over. Your promise is not lost. And the one set apart for you is on their way. In God's perfect time, you will meet. And when you do, it will not feel rushed. It will feel like destiny fulfilled. It will feel like heaven on earth. Because it is not ordinary. It is holy. It is chosen. It is set apart. Welcome, dear soul. You have come here once again, and it is not by accident. It is never by chance that you find yourself listening in this very moment. God has aligned your steps, because there is still more He wishes to pour into your spirit. The message continues, like a gentle river that does not end. And today, that river carries the truth that the person God has set apart for you is not ordinary. This is not a casual encounter. It is not the world's shallow version of love. It is a reflection of God's eternal design. From the very beginning, God has written your story. Every high and low, every valley and every mountain, every tear that has fallen from your eyes, and even the deep ache of waiting, of wondering, of asking, Lord, when will it be my turn? All of it has been seen by Him. And in that waiting, He has been preparing. He has been shaping you quietly. He has been strengthening your faith. He has been protecting you from the ones who were never meant to stay. And now, He is bringing forth someone who carries the mark of His choosing. This person was set apart not just to walk beside you, but to lift your soul closer to heaven. They will not only see you with human eyes, but with eyes softened by grace. They will not only hear your words, but discern the silent prayers hidden beneath them. They will not only hold your hand, but also hold your spirit in prayer when life feels heavy. God did not set them apart for convenience. He set them apart for covenant. He did not set them apart to fill an empty space in your days. He set them apart to fulfill a holy assignment alongside you. And this is why it feels so different. This is why your heart knows there is something more sacred here than what you've known before. Because heaven has placed its seal upon this connection. It carries the fragrance of eternity. Do not mistake the delays for denial. Do not confuse the silence for absence. God's timing is not meant to frustrate you, but to protect the purity of what He is building. Because when it arrives, it will not be rushed, shallow, or uncertain. It will be steady. It will be whole. It will be wrapped in the peace of God that surpasses understanding. And if you find yourself weary from the waiting, let me remind you gently. God has never abandoned you. The same God who has carried you through storms is the one weaving this love. The same God who heard your midnight prayers is the one aligning your steps. The same God who formed the stars is the one preparing this person, this sacred connection, just for you. My friend, if these words are stirring your heart, pause for a moment and breathe in the peace of God. And if you feel led, I invite you to walk with us more deeply. Subscribe for more of these gentle reminders of heaven's love. Leave your reflections or your prayer requests below so we can lift one another up. And if you know someone weary in their waiting, share this message with them so they too may find hope. And if this channel has blessed you and you feel moved, consider leaving a super thanks. Every act of support allows this work to continue reaching more souls who need the gentle voice of God's truth. You see, beloved, heaven is not silent. It whispers to you daily through moments you often overlook, through the kindness of a stranger, through the comfort of a sunrise, through the stillness of prayer, and even now, through these words being spoken into your heart. Your person, your God-ordained companion, is being shaped by those same whispers. They are being softened by the same grace. They are learning patience, humility, and love, just as you are. You may not see it, but heaven sees it clearly. And when the appointed time comes, your paths will converge like two rivers meeting at the ocean. The Lord has written this into His book, and no one can erase what He has already declared. No force, no delay, no circumstance can undo what has been set apart by His hand. Rest in that truth, beloved. Breathe in that peace, and trust that what He has promised, He will bring to pass. Stay close to Him in this waiting, because when the day arrives, you will look back and see how every moment was guided. You will see how His hand was never absent, and you will rejoice, not only because of the person He brings into your life, but because of the God who never left your side. So hold steady, dear one. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. For the sacred love set apart for you is drawing near. And when it arrives, it will be worth every moment of trust, every prayer whispered, every tear shed. Because this person, this soul chosen for you, was set apart by God Himself, and nothing He ordains can ever be shaken. Beloved soul, welcome once again. We are now moving deeper into this sacred journey, where your heart learns to rest in the assurance that God Himself has already woven your love story into His eternal design. The one He has set apart for you is not simply a companion, but a reflection of His faithfulness. And today, I want to guide you into this truth with even greater clarity. From the beginning of time, God has marked certain people for certain purposes. He does not make accidents, and He does not work in half-finished patterns. The person chosen for you was not drawn from chance, but carved out from the very will of God. They are not a replacement. They are not a compromise. They are not simply available. They are the one whose spirit has been aligned with yours in heaven's eternal wisdom. Perhaps you have walked through seasons of loneliness, where you questioned if anyone could truly see the depths of your heart. Perhaps you have felt invisible, even in crowded places, wondering if your prayers for love were falling into silence. But hear me clearly. Your prayers have not been ignored. They have been stored. They have been remembered. And in the secret counsels of heaven, God has prepared an answer that carries your name upon it. This person, set apart for you, is not coming with perfection, but with purpose. They will not remove every struggle in life, but they will stand beside you when the storms arise. They will not erase every question, but they will hold your hand as you seek God's answers together. Their love is not the final destination. It is the pathway that draws both of you closer to the love of God Himself. Do not measure them by the world's expectations. Do not compare them to fleeting romances or shallow connections. Instead, recognize that what God is placing before you is a covenant. It is an invitation into something holy. It is the weaving of two lives into one tapestry, where the threads of your weaknesses and strengths form something beautiful that neither of you could create alone. And so I say to you, when they arrive, receive them with a gentle spirit. Do not fear the timing. Do not harden your heart because of past disappointments. Do not let suspicion rob you of joy. Instead, trust that God has been preparing both of you for this moment, step by step, prayer by prayer, season by season. My beloved friend, if this message is touching your heart, pause and let it sink deeply. Allow yourself to breathe slowly and believe that God is faithful, even in matters of the heart. And if you feel led, I invite you to subscribe so that you may continue walking in these streams of peace. Leave a comment below with your reflections, or share your prayer request so that we may lift each other up in love. And if this message has blessed your spirit, you may also consider supporting with a super thanks. Every act of kindness ensures that this gentle word continues to reach more souls, reminding them of God's goodness. Now, listen carefully. God has been preparing not only this person for you, but also you for them. Every trial you have faced, every delay that tested your patience, every season of waiting, it has been shaping you into someone who can truly love with the heart of Christ. If this person had arrived too soon, you may not have recognized them. If they had appeared in your life before God had healed certain wounds, you may not have cherished the gift. But now, as you grow in faith and trust, you are becoming ready to carry this covenant with honor. The angels rejoice when two souls, set apart by God, finally come together in His timing. And heaven itself smiles when love flows in purity, humility, and truth. This is why your story is sacred. This is why your journey matters. Because when you unite with the one God has chosen, it will not only bless your life, but ripple outward, blessing others who witness your love. So walk with confidence, child of God. The person set apart for you is not far from your story. In unseen ways, their steps are being ordered toward you, and in the right moment you will know it is not coincidence, it is not accident, it is the fulfillment of God's design. Rest in this truth, receive this promise, and let peace cover you like a warm garment, for what God has set apart, no one can take away.